Marcus made a tag, so I shall try to answer Marcus's tag. You are given $1,000 and are told you must spend it all in one place, all at one time, and that all of it must be spent on yourself. Where will you shop and what will you buy? I'm going to go the Marcus route, and I will probably say like Best Buy, someplace where I could, I guess, I don't know, update all my electronics. I always wanted to try the IBM stuff, the Macs and iPhones, and I've never done that, so maybe I would do that. Have you ever cut down your own Christmas tree? Oh yeah, we always had a real tree growing up, and yeah, a couple of times, maybe two or three times we cut it down, and then we used to people on the passenger side of the car would hold it out the window, and we would always sing Christmas carols on the way home. You buy me a stocking stuffer, what is it? I was going to try and think of something before I answered this tag. Geez, I don't know. Probably something interesting to do with cooking. Can I get away with that answer without being specific? I don't know. I don't know what you have, so I don't know what I would get. Um, what is one food you really want on the table at Thanksgiving? I would guess turkey. I would miss turkey if it wasn't there. You plan on being alone on Christmas, but a friend invites you to spend the day with her family and friends, none of whom you know. Will you go? Definitely not. I am very much a loner. I kind of dread the social aspects of holidays. Do you like New Year's Eve parties? Again, I like the idea of them, but I dread socializing. I don't enjoy it. So I would say no, I don't like New Year's Eve parties. Although part of me feels kind of regretful that I don't push myself to be more social so that I will have more experiences and more memories to look back on. You are staying up until midnight to welcome in the new year. What are you drinking? I don't drink alcohol. Well, sometimes I do, very rarely. What am I drinking? Well, if it's New Year's Eve, I might be drinking a drink that we traditionally have around Christmas time. It's called slush. I can't tell you what's in it. Yeah, although the alcohol is vodka, and it's some kind of fruit mix that's frozen. That's where the slush comes in, and it's like some type of fruit concentrate mixed with alcohol, and you freeze that, and then you mix it with a little 7-Up, and it's called slush, or we always called it slush. So I might be drinking that if I'm drinking alcohol. Or maybe something like Kahlua and cream, or something mixed in coffee would be tasty. Or cocoa, like peppermint schnapps mixed in cocoa. Of what holiday tradition do you have fond memories? Oh, so many of them. We have always had a lot of holiday traditions. Gosh, always. I miss my brother Mike, who passed away from the side effects of alcoholism, because he was always big on holidays, and he was larger than life, and he inherited the musical gene of my family, and he would sit down and play the piano for every holiday. Easter, he would play the Messiah, and family would gather and sing in 4-part harmonies, the Hallelujah chorus. He would sit down and just play Christmas carol melodies at Christmas time. I miss that kind of thing. When I was a kid, how we used to all sit around the living room, and we would buy a present for everyone back then. You could, because things weren't as expensive. And just, being surrounded by mounds of the discarded Christmas wrappings, and people opening presents, and the laughter and the jokes and the music and, yep. I've talked about our holiday traditions before. Do you like turkey stuffing? If so, now here's where I'm gonna sound kind of like a cheapola. I usually don't like homemade stuffing. I like stovetop. Because it's got spices and herbs in it and it's flavorful. And usually when people make stuffing, it's bland and they put berries and nuts in it, and but it doesn't have the oomph that stovetop has. It doesn't have the saltiness, I don't know. I like stovetop stuffing. Name one friend still living with whom you would like to spend Christmas but can't. I can't come up with that because I like to be alone. So those are all of my questions. Or those are all my answers to your questions. I think I answered them all. You know, I noticed that my gap between my front teeth is starting to come back. When I naturally had a gap between my two front teeth, and when I was a kid, they operated on, I think it's called the frenulum, that little piece of skin that connects your lip to your gums. They operated on that to close the gap, and this was years ago when I was a kid. But I've recently been noticing that I think it's coming back. I think my teeth are moving, and I'm getting my gap back. Okay, those are my answers. Thanks for the tag.